17's the week you've all been awaiting has finally arrived. It's time to take on the purple team down in the Sunshine State. But before we get to that jam-packed, we got to go over some home cooking inside of Mercedes-Benz. 4-0 the final against Colorado. And then we get ready to talk about Chicago as well. 3-3, heartbreaking in the end, but both sides walk away with 1 point. That's Jason Longshore. I'm Joe Fryhofer. This is your AT&T Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Jason. We first have to jump to Colorado. A little bit of home cooking, 4-0.
Yeah, it was a big talking point coming into that game because we had seen these lulls where the team would control matches, not get the early goal, and then hit a little bit of a wall, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, but they fought through that here. And they get the opening goal. Thiago Almada wanted the degree of difficulty, not from the spot. He wanted to go back about 25 yards, and what a goal it was. And then another spot where we've seen that lull. The second goal didn't come for a while. It took a long time, but Atlanta stuck with the match plan. They stayed with it, but then the onslaught in the last 10 minutes to put the game away.
Boom! Giakoumakis is back and walks away with the finish of the week there. A lovely sombrero over the keeper that left us speechless and brings us now to the Windy City where he again had plenty of protagonism. 2 yellows immediately for Chicago, so complicated things for them for a man down. We saw another red card for us later on in the game. This game had everything, and yet we still walk away 3-3, a point apiece.
Yorgos Giakoumakis on the team of the match day for Major League Soccer with 2 goals off the bench. Great performance from him. Thiago Almada, brilliant once again. Andrew Gutman had a huge performance in this one as well, wearing the captain's armband in his hometown. He got the goal off of the Almada free kick that was saved, and then had an assist, a great header back across to Big Yorgos. And it looked good at 3-2, right? Everybody felt pretty good about it at 3-2. But then Chicago found a late equalizer, and you could hear the frustration in Gonzalo Pineda's voice. You could hear the frustration on our call on the radio. It felt like that was going to be the road win that has gotten away from this team so many times, but not yet.
And the road tests now continue, a historic one as we now head down to the state and to the city where there aren't so many Lions to take on the Lions. This one has plenty of history. If we go all the way back to the first one here in Bobby Dodd, there's always been energy. There's a little story of a billboard going up in Orlando that naturally started things here, and it's one that I think Pineda and the guys have had circled. Lots of momentum following in our direction for both ways in these previous 2 matches, and time to right the sail and see if we can head back to the direction we were in at the beginning of the year.
These games are always crazy. I mean, the rivalry games, and this has that kind of a feel to it, they just have a different flow. The game at Bobby Dodd, it was the last game Atlanta United played at Bobby Dodd. That is, outside of MLS Cup, my all-time favorite Atlanta United match and memory. The late equalizer from Tito Villalba, just an unbelievable day, late afternoon, just such a picture-perfect kind of a day. This matchup series has had a lot of those over the years. Can Atlanta United go on the road and get that win that got away from them in Chicago? Got to be better defensively, have to make those defensive plays, sacrificing the body, whatever it takes to make the plays inside the 18. But the attack is hitting on all cylinders with 7 goals in their last 2 games.
And the attack of Orlando is certainly one of their strong points. Latino flavor on both the left and the right wing. We'll start with Facundo Torres, who ended up getting selected with Uruguay on their World Cup squad. A youngster with 2 goals and 1 assist. Comes in impressively so far this season at just 23 years old, and a guy that's been desired by a lot of big-name clubs, even overseas.
Yeah, an incredible talent who came up on the wing primarily at Peñarol and has moved into the middle a little bit for Oscar Pareja's team here. I think he'll flare out wide. I think he'll be dangerous when he gets into those wide positions. Consistency has been the thing that's maybe eluded him at times. Not a great performance in a win down in Miami last weekend. He's got to continue to deliver the performances that would live up to that price tag. Hopefully, doesn't start that on Saturday.
Martin Ojeda is another guy that they have to keep their eyes on, and the fullback position for us is one that has certainly jumped into high importance now. We talked about Gutman in the all-star form that he's finding himself in right now. That'll again be tested should these positions hold on, with Ojeda finding himself on the score sheet against Inter Miami last time out as well.
Ojeda brought the spark off the bench. He ended up scoring the winning goal in that match on Saturday. Came to Orlando from Godoy Cruz in the winter. Had a great season with Godoy Cruz in Argentina last year. he's starting to get to that point where he understands this league, where he's kind of calibrated his game to the league. He will be one to handle either as a starter or off the bench.
On the road again to the Sunshine State we go, to this one that means just so much to the Five Stripes. Then we head back to Mercedes-Benz. It's really starting to heat up as we get ready for New England on that Wednesday match. You can catch this match this Saturday, as always, through the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. La Mejor will be your Spanish radio station, and 92.9 The Game, as always, road tripping it with the guys.
Yep, 7 o'clock, Five Stripes countdown, kickoff a little after 7:30, and then the full-time report after the final whistle.
Hopefully 3 points on the way. That's Jason Longshore. I'm Joe Fryhofer. 17s. We'll see you guys real soon.